Thank you, Madam Chairman. Mr. Secretary, I appreciate you being here. The department is awarded a $10 million prize for the production of a light bulb that's supposed to be, one, energy efficient, and two, affordable for American families. And the prize went to Philips Lighting. Do you know how much the winning light bulb retails for in the United States?
I'm going to make a guess, about $40, $50.
Actually, it's $50. Headline Washington Post last Friday, affordability award goes to a $50 light bulb. I guess do you think $50 light bulb is affordable for American families, where the government's own figures say the average household in the United States has over 40 light bulbs? So it sounds like are we asking American families to spend over $2,000 to trade out all their light bulbs?
No, absolutely not. We are not asking American families to spend $40 or $50 for a light bulb. The prize was intended to incentivize the development of new technologies. Some of those LED technologies in commercial use, in buildings in hard-to-get places where you have to hire people to go up on a crane, already very affordable. Commercial uses in traffic lights already pay for themselves. So the idea was to stimulate future development.
The President claims that he and his administration are promoting fairness. He talks about fairness an awful lot. And there was a Thursday story in the Washington Post with a headline, more than half of Obama's big fundraisers got jobs in his administration. The article explained how bundlers, those who collected at least $500,000 for the president's campaign, were given jobs in the administration. It says Obama hired bundler Steve Spinner as a liaison in the Energy Department, and according to internal emails, Spinner pressed for staff members to finalize a government loan for Solyndra, in which another campaign bundler was a major investor. Yesterday, the Government Accountability Office released its own audit of the Department of Energy's loan program. The report concluded that the DOE did not follow its own process for reviewing applications and documenting its decisions, potentially increasing the taxpayer's exposure to financial risk from an applicant's default. It seems like the administration is doing a pretty good job looking out for its friends, but I want to know who's looking out for American taxpayers, and this sure doesn't sound fair to most people.
Well, first, Steve Spinner was absolutely firewalled from making any decision or encouragement on what you make for any loan, let alone the Solyndra loan. And so what he was pressing for was, after the conditional commitment was made, he was pressing to finalize things, but he was not part of the decision-making process.
I'd like to ask about, additionally, the electric vehicles. The President was in North Carolina giving another speech on energy, promoting electric cars. Last week, we learned that General Motors was suspending production of its electric car, the Volt, because it failed to meet sales expectations. Last month, we learned that your department cut off funds to Fisker Automotive, another electric car manufacturer, because it failed to meet sales expectations. So I look at electric vehicles, which range from $40,000 to over $100,000, and I ask if those are practical solutions for families who are struggling to pay bills, especially as the President is proposing increasing the tax credit for what are essentially luxury vehicles, and he wants to increase it from $7,500, where he didn't get adequate takers and the vehicles haven't been sold, to now to $10,000. Is raising the tax credit for these vehicles that few families can afford the right thing to do and the fair thing to do?
As you may know, but if you don't, the goal of the Department of Energy is to develop the technologies that actually will drive down the price of electric vehicles or plug-in hybrids, so that, for example, in the $20,000 to $25,000 range, these vehicles would be less costly. The cost of ownership would be less than a conventional internal combustion engine car, let's say, of $16,000, because you're going to be saving in gasoline bills. If, for example, you take a car, an internal combustion car, and it gets 30 miles to a gallon, a reasonably good combined driving, that's in today's gasoline prices, this is horrendous, $1,400 a year. This is horrible pain to American consumers. If you get an electric vehicle that costs, let's say, in the low 20s, $22,000, it to drive the same amount let's say 10,000 miles, it's about $300 in electricity. And so we are very focused on driving the cost of those electric vehicles down. So it's exactly what you say, that it's